This year is all about how we're making earning on Uber easier, safer, and fair. It's all about making Uber work for you and not the other way around.
Let's go into exposing Uber's trip radar algorithm. My favorite thing to do.
Now we're made it Buddha's corner and Matt's corner.
Buddha's left corner, Matt's right corner.
Buddha's left in the red corner, Buddha, and the blue corner, Matt. Oh, by the way, I was like jumping up and down in front of Netflix when Jake Paul got knocked into the next century.
I didn't watch it.
It was on Netflix. It was free. And I
didn't watch it. I was watching. Dude, I got into this other show called Dark.
Okay. Broke his
wild show.
Huh? He hit him once and he broke his jaw in two places. Like, all right, there we go. That's what happens. Anyway,
the left corner and the right corner between Buddha and Matt. Let's go.
Let's go. Look at this shit. All right. So another airport ride has gone down in price instead of going up. So it shows up at $82.97, then goes to $83.60, then goes to $78.56, and then it goes to $70.92, Chris. And then on the right corner, this is a big one. How does, without Matt moving at all, the trip go from trip radar, which you guys can see it says match, to 31.42 to 22.57 when it comes as an exclusive? How is that possible? I don't know, because now the price could go down a little bit if you're closer to the rider. I get that, but by 30%, I know Massachusetts has the guarantee.
How did my screenshots not get on here?
Which one was that one?
Huh?
Which one?
The one I came across screenshots for Williamsport to Manola, and basically it was here just the setup. One came in as a trip radar, and then exclusive. It came in exclusive first, trip radar second. Here's the best part. So it's a 4 hour and 18-minute ride, 227 miles.
I saw that one,
yeah. $280 they offered, $280.43 with a $4 surge attached. Nice. Gotta love that $4 surge for this. The exclusive. Then here's the best part. Just like a minute later, they gave a trip radar. Remember what I said? 280.43? Knocked it down. How much do you think?
I saw it, but I don't remember that. They knocked it down.
They knocked it down almost over $100. It came in at 172.03.
Oh, Jesus Christ. So my thing is, if these algos are written, okay, obviously algos are written, but if they're written in a way that obviously the algo is written this way, right? So you send them the trip radar first. The guy passes on the trip radar. For example, Matt. Okay. What makes the algo think that he would accept an exclusive of 30% less?
Well,
that's what I'm saying.
The thing is, they're trying to do FOMO. Oh, you had it at 31.42. Now we're going to drop it. So they want you to get it on the first one. So then it reduces the spinner times.
Well, yeah, but it's not going to reduce any of that.
I know it's not. You know how they say things work good on paper or look good on paper, but in actuality, they rarely do. Look at several of the quote unquote wars that we've had to deal with. They're like, oh yeah, we got a plan of action. We're going to go right to it. It's going to be done with very quickly, very surgically done, precision controlled, and then you're there for a decade. Come on. This is the same type of thing. It sounds great on paper. And then when it actually becomes to the human condition, because everybody's perception is a little bit different and a little bit skewed, and it does not go to an algorithm, it goes to the human condition, it throws the monkey wrench into it. So that type of thing, is, they're like, oh yeah, we're going to get the FOMO. So we're going to train you. You're going to take that first one because right away, otherwise you're going to see it start going down and down and down. And then that way, if you get it lower, you're going to get it lower instead. But if you take it at first, you're going to get it at a higher price. But in actuality, people are not stupid.
Well, I'm definitely can't wait until the segment we put the posters on the channel. I will definitely send it, and I'm going to say one sentence to Uber. I'm going to say self-explanatory. Because I go, somebody explains
this is why Uber has an acceptance rate problem.
Yeah, you go. That's the second sentence. This is why you have an AR problem. So on Buddha, it goes from 83 to 71.
I mean, Matt, are you here? Because if you are, first off, I want to know, why did you not take a $31 trip that was literally going 10.2 miles for the entire trip?
Well, maybe.
I mean, even for 39 miles.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, I'm sorry, 39 minutes.
That's a good trip, right? I mean, so do you remember we used to have a saying?
Both are good trips.
Well, I don't know about the 22.
It's still, I mean, you're still looking at $2 a mile.
Well, $2 a mile plus you're looking at almost $40 active hour. But my thing is, Matt has his. I can't question Matt in whatever he does because he's the man. But my thing is, on the 3142, that's way above the Boston or Massachusetts, guarantee rates to start with, right? But the idea behind all of this is, remember in the old days I had a saying and it kind of stuck for a while and it seems like it's changed now. Where do all trips go to die? To trip radar. Now it seems like it's reversed. I think the trip radar trips are pretty good versus the actual exclusive ping, because I'm like, look at this thing. I mean, 3142, that's like, I don't know, shit, that's like $50 an hour. And I'm going like,
oh, yeah.
Maybe trips are not going to trip radar to die anymore. Maybe you need to pay attention to trick. That's a good one. Somebody says trick radar.
Yeah.
More like, I don't know, discount radar to me.
You definitely shouldn't be going from 3142 to 2257, and you shouldn't be going from 280 down to 172.
That's crazy. That's just this.
That's
but and you know what? Somebody did that trip. I bet you anything.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
But that's where I'd love to do the test too, because you're seeing these continually go down. I'd love to see it if it's continually going around and down, or if it's this person is getting it at the same, and then everybody's getting to 3142, and then all of a sudden Matt drops off and he's at 2257, but everybody else is still getting at 3142 or something.
Well, my friend, and I know for a fact that trip radar is shown to everyone within a 1.5 mile radius. Okay, so it's getting shopped around. And by the way, I bet you anything that on that Matt one, somebody accepted that somewhere in that 30 range.
No, that's not true.
No. What I'm saying is that while it says matching and circling, and they're pinging Matt with lower offers so that maybe he will accept it, and then they'll tell that guy, somebody else matched with it, and then stick it to the other guy for 2257. Because that's the trick I think they're playing. They're like, how when you say click match?
I think it's about behavior modification. They're saying that you start at the high end and then you go the opposite. Like, that doesn't make any sense unless you're trying to behaviorally modify somebody by saying, we need to get all it is going to go down. So if it's a good ride, I'm going to take it right away, and it's going to try to reduce the spinner times.
That makes sense.
I think that's the reason why they're doing something like that. The reality is, again, it looks great on paper, but the problem is when you look at the human condition and the human mind, nobody's stupid. I mean, some people are stupid, let's be real, but for the vast majority of people, they are not stupid. So they're going to see, it's 3142, accept or deny, whatever it might be. Now, here's where it gets more nefarious. If you have the trip radar and you go to click match, and it's at 3142, and you click match, and it says, sorry, this ride is unavailable.
Yeah.
And then 30 seconds later, you actually get the exclusive of the same exact trip coming in at 22.57. That's highway trickery right there. And that's the bullshit. But
that's what happened. That's what happened to Matt right there.
Well, I don't he didn't say though that he hit match on it. So if Matt, if you're in the chat, did you want to take that trip radar? Did you click it and did it say not available?
You probably didn't, because you can see the clicker in halfway light gray and dark gray. It's probably letting thing out, it looks like. But I know for a fact that when they show trip radar, by the way, what this guy said is not correct. That's not correct. What they do is they show it to everybody on trip radar within a 1.5 mile radius, and they show it at all different prices, and somebody will take it, and then whoever took it at the lowest level, they'll match that with them regardless of how close you are. But in Matt's case, no, I agree. Actually, what you said is probably correct. That's saying that, okay, take trips off of trip radar now, because if you wait for the exclusive, we're going to cut it. You know what I'm saying? Like training people to click on trip radar or accept trip radar, because the more people click, and then they can shop that around a lot faster with trip radar, and maybe the next guy that's looking at it is for 25.
As long as though when you click match, you're matching. If you are clicking, and here's the worst part. Like I said, if you're clicking match and it says that it's not available or trip's not available, or it's been given to another driver, and then all of a sudden that 30 seconds later, the same tripper comes in as an exclusive at a 28% discount. That type of that's a real problem right there, because that's like bait and switch right there. That's that could fall under fraudulent territory too.
Yeah, I don't think Matt is here because nobody thought we'd be doing this today. But I will ask that to Matt separately. That's a good question. I don't think it doesn't look like he clicked on match.
Yeah, I don't think.
And I will ask him, like, 31.42 is good money, bro. I'm like, why wouldn't you take that? Unless maybe he's going away from where he wants to go or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like it's 5 o'clock. I don't know if that's 5 a.m. or 5 p.m. So that can make a massive difference to what's going on when it comes to the area. I mean, to go 10 miles and it's 35 minutes. That's
well, the moral of the story is, folks, I used to say, all the rejected trips go to trip radar to die. It may not be the case. Maybe there are good trips on trip radar now, so please pay attention. I'm entitled to change my
it just comes down to, if the trip makes sense to you, take it. If it doesn't make sense to you, pass on it. That's really what it comes down to. Like, they can play all these stupid ass games that they want, but in reality, when it comes down to it, is the ride that they're offering for you profitable or not? And are you willing to take it or not? Those are really the two questions that you need to answer. If both are yes, then take it. It doesn't matter what it is. It matters if it's profitable and you're willing to take it.
But Chris, on trip radar, when they show it to 8, 10, 12 people at the same time at different prices, and you keep clicking on it and it doesn't say match, and there's bot problems as well, right? Bots are grabbing these things a lot quicker than humans can. So to me, it's like, after a while, it becomes tiring. You go like, fuck, keep clicking. I can't get any of these good trips. And then, people just kind of, I think, give up on it at some point,
Yeah, like I say, I think, though, that's what those are the two things you got to come down to. Are they just doing this or that way? Because that's what it seems like, where they're just lowering the cost, so it's behavioral modification. But then the second part is, are you clicking match on the first, where it's the higher, but they're saying, oh, no, sorry, you're not getting it at that price. We were just screwing with you, and now we're going to offer you this trip, the same exact trip on an exclusive, or another trip radar pop up or whatever, and that's going to be that one. So
anyway, I'm going to send it to Uber once the segment comes out and say, hey, explain this to me, please.
Yep. Yeah, I'd be interested to see how that plays in, but yeah, I think it's behavior modification, trying to get you to accept it right away. But again, like I say, if a ride comes in, if it's profitable for you, because you should know your costs, take it. If it's something that you are willing to take it. I mean, the other thing too, if you want to reposition yourself and a ride comes, like, you want to go from point A to point B, and you're not necessarily carrying a passenger, but a ride comes in and it might not be profitable for you, it's actually going to be profit for you because you're going to be running at a loss anyways. So you're at least going to recoup costs associated with it. So, I mean, those are why I say those are the two questions that you really need to ask yourself in the 15 seconds that you have, because, you know, if it's profitable, take it. If it's where you want to go, take it. That's it. Plain and simple.
I agree.
They can play all the games they want. That's what it comes down to.
All right, thanks for watching. That short little clip was from our live stream, Show Me the Money Club with Sergio and myself, Tuesdays, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. Make sure you subscribe, turn on all notifications so you'll be notified when we go live, as well as all of our awesome content. Make sure to check out this video right here, which will take you to the entire live stream, or check out this video right there. All right, drive smart, everyone.